Yeah, but
Maybe
y'all can hear me? We good?
something like that. Yeah.
All right. So, excuse me. All right. Yeah, So we going. You know how we do. We're gonna start up with some sports. You know, we got the. We got the. Yeah, we're gonna start with Serena and. I think that, yeah. And just want to make sure I got everything right here. Yeah, whatever. Ain't nothing gonna ever be right. Let's go ahead and start the show, man. Here we go.
Subscribe for the very latest.
What up, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
World.
Facebook? Listen to the sound of my voice. I have a cool way for y'all to get free merch from us and support the channel at the same time. But this is what you got to do. All you got to do is, first of all, subscribe to the channel. Click. Don't cost you no money, right? Just click. Hit the bell.
Yep.
Free, right? That's step number one. Step number two, leave a comment. It don't matter what you leave. It could be the letter C. It could be the fire emoji. It could be the crown. Whatever emoji you want to leave on there, just leave an emoji. Step three is up to us. All we're going to do, we're going to put you on the drawing that listen. You can put your name on as many videos as you want. The more videos you leave a comment on or emoji, whatever you want to leave, the more times you get added in the drawing, right? You're going to draw your name, and we're going to send you the merch. Simple as that. Real easy. All you got to do, follow those steps, and we will send you some merch, all right?
Subscribe for the very latest.
Brooklyn baby, but Hempstead raised me. Educated in Buffalo, Florida paid me. Came a long way since the days in the early 80s. 2 to be exact, +1, 3 sons, same mother. My pops did a lot of time. I am not here to self-indict or confess to any crimes. No, life's a hustle. Gotta read between the lines. He understood streets though, learned economics, helped us survive through life's endowments. I'ma grind hard today, cause tomorrow ain't promised. In my hood, bullets like the summer rain more than Carl Thomas. Lost a few good ones, we still pay homage. Some say they can't work for no one, they're a businessman. I understand, can't knock it, that's your business, man. Just don't judge my route, I put food in my seed's mouth.
What do we think about the Games? What do you think about the Games album? Bro, it's a long album.
All I gotta say is he had everybody on that album except for the Obamas, real Drake, and who else? And Louis Farrakhan.
You said who else? You said Drake?
The real Drake and Louis Farrakhan.
Wait a minute, didn't Drake made the intro?
Nah, what, Drake made the intro? He really made the intro? I
He
didn't
made
know.
the intro.
Sure, well, that goes lets you know exactly how many people that was on the album.
Yeah, Drake made the intro. Didn't he do an intro?
No, that was not him.
Dog. That was Drake. That wasn't Drake?
Drake with the braids.
Hold on.
I doubt that's him.
Drake made the intro. He did a
Ice-T was in the intro. That's Ice-T.
Hold on. I'm about to tell you, dog. Like I heard. Yeah, isn't that just Drake? Isn't it? Drake with the braids. That's not Drake. That's not him.
I don't think so. But you know what? I don't know. It could be. That's
No,
how
it's
he
just,
has
it's just R.B. Drake Graham. He made it.
He really did.
Yeah, that's him.
Well, he got that many people on his album. He got everybody on there except the only person he missing also is Donald Trump. So that's it.
He really got everybody on
Right.
there.
He really.
R.B. Drake Graham. Yeah, he made it.
Well, so he got Drake on there. He got Drake and Chris Brown on there. So he made everybody on. Like I said, who else did he put on there?
He got Ice-T.
I'm surprised he ain't resurrect a Tupac verse somewhere.
Vivio Foreign.
Yeah.
YG. Boa QG. Ty Dolla $ign. Roddy Ricch. Pusha T.
Rick Ross.
Kanye. Dreezy. Twista. Jeremiah.
Even got Swiss Beats on one of the beats.
French. Meek. ASAP.
Big
Sean. Blueface. And Chris Brown. He really got everybody.
Except for the Obamas. Except for Louis Farrakhan. Except for Donald Trump. Except for Joe Biden. Except for Puff Daddy. Except for resurrected Tupac verse. Except for resurrected Biggie verse.
What do you think about the album?
It was long.
Quality wise, I mean, just kind of listening to it, what do you think? Was it good? Was it bad?
Like we said before, I mean, Game doesn't make a whack album. He doesn't make a whack album. All I would say is that this just me, it was too long. Like, if you put an album together, make it to where, okay, you do your thing and he does his thing, but there's a time where you gotta gracefully bow out, man. Just to cut an album, like, that's it. Like, cause at this moment, I'm like, you made all these tracks. What's to stop you from making 10 more and putting it on here? Because I'm trying to look at what's the song's supposed to have like a purpose on an album. Like, it's gotta mesh well, like when Michael Jackson came out with Thriller, they wrote like 80 something songs for that album. They whittled it down to 9. So everything does not need to be on an album. But I mean, I know this is the Game. I know a lot of his albums, he does like 20 something plus songs. I get it. I'm just saying, like, just listening from the consistency standpoint, I felt like some things, it was just going on longer than what it needed to be, and some things it just looked like they wasn't placed on there with purpose. Like they were just thrown on there, like, yeah, I made that, put that on there. I made that too, put that on there.
But Trim,
what's up?
1980. Matter of fact, let me tell you.
It's not 1984.
You don't need a soundboard. You don't need a soundboard.
Yeah, I don't need the soundboard. Shout out to Mac for the sound. But it's not 1984, right?
I don't care. 1984, whatever. I mean,
here's what I'm saying, though, Trent. Here's what I'm trying.
What's up?
You know how to get down with the new generation, right? It's they make a lot of songs, albums with a lot of songs. So they're basing it off streaming.
Drake's art project didn't have 20 something songs.
But all right, so let me ask you this. So let's so Walt, what you think? It's a good song? It's a good album? You muted.
Sorry. I think it's good. Like,
I mean, that's what
my favorite. It's not my favorite joint, but like,
yeah,
it does has tracks that I don't listen to this again.
Okay. So we think you both agree that it's a good album.
It's
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off though.
It's decent. I mean,
7.5 out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
It's a lot of music though.
Yeah. But we agree that it's a good album.
We agree it's a good album, but to me, where Game nailed it, like dead center classic, was always going to be the documentary. The documentary didn't have 30 some songs.
But here's the thing though. He successfully put together a good album.
Yeah, he successfully put together multiple good albums.
With 29 songs.
Yeah.
He successfully did that, right?
Yeah.
Which is very difficult to do. Let's come on, let's we got to continue to give this props. You can't say it's good.
I definitely give him props for that.
And then go to the bathroom with the album.
No, you can't. No, yeah, it will. I will say this also. I mean, you can listen to the whole album. Like I listened to the whole entire album. I mean, it's not where it's like, oh, I gotta skip this or whatever. No, you can listen. I've listened to it from beginning to end, and I didn't feel like at one moment that I want to skip. So I give him that.
That is amazing, bro.
So this the question. Man.
What's up?
Would you get this album or a sandwich?
I'm getting this album, bro.
Okay then.
I'll get the album.
Yeah, right.
First, I'll say this. I gotta find out how much my sandwich costs. If my sandwich is at a really good discount, I'm getting my sandwich.
Like for real, like Trim straight said, "Yo, it's a good album," but then he went to the bathroom and wiped his butt with it. You know what I mean?
I did not. I just said that. Hey, if you put like 50 some songs on this, yes, I'm going to exaggerate because I can exaggerate with this. That's exactly how much it feels like.
It did feel like that.
But I mean, if you're like, dude, does it really? I'm like, you don't necessarily have to do that, but I mean, if you want to, that's cool. But there's a point where I feel like you could have easily cut this album off and it would have been fine. Like the rest of the songs, although they were decent and dope songs, you didn't have to put all that stuff all in one thing. And yes, he makes a lot of. Every time he drops an album, he brings a whole bunch of content on there, and so that's a Game album. That's become the standard of a Game album. I mean, I get it. That's cool. That's cool. But I mean, I'm just saying that there's definitely a point in here where you could have just cut it and it could have been called good.
Game, I'm gonna tell you this album.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Question: which one is better, this or documentary?
Oh, documentary's a classic.
Is that because Dr. Drake put his touches on there? Actually,
the album is classic, but
I like how he dodged it.
I mean, the album is classic, but I mean, granted, it was overkill with this album, like with the songs, but that's very hard to do.
It is hard to do. It's definitely hard to do. I agree.
So Drake ain't do it. So Drake ain't do it with Scorpion.
Yeah, Drake ain't do it with Scorpion and Quinn.
Come on, son. Why y'all
gotta do it one time?
Why y'all gotta do it?
Because that was definitely like that was a double album. So that's definitely like
songs on that.
It was double something else. Double something. It wasn't the album. That's for sure.
That was an album that wasn't an art project. Like I don't know what that was that he just dropped a couple of months ago.
I took some songs off the Scorpion and I put them on my playlist and I left it at that. But I mean, Game. I'm gonna continue to give Game his props, man, because this is a good album, very good album, and I want to make sure I emphasize it before we move on to the next thing because it's a couple of topics I want to hit before we get up out of here. Yeah. But it's very difficult to make a album, all them songs, and it be hitting like that. But I have a question for y'all.
What's up?
Whose catalog is better? The Game or Eminem?
I would go with the Game. I would go with the Game because excuse me. Well, I cut it off with like Eminem he's definitely a dope lyricist, MC, a dope artist. But there's been I haven't been able to really listen to Eminem's stuff from beginning to end without wanting to skip on a lot of it on a lot of his albums. Like, to me, what I give Eminem is very few albums as opposed to what I would give The Game. Like, to me, my top ones for Eminem, I didn't care for the Marshall Mathers LP. That's just me. That was just it was too dark for me, and I felt that his first one, the Slim Shady LP, in my book was better than the Marshall Mathers LP. That's just my opinion. That was before he came out, before the whole world was like, oh yeah, we rock with Eminem. The Slim Shady LP with like Hi, My Name Is, that album to me was put together and better to me than the Marshall Mathers LP. That's just my book. But of course, the Marshall Mathers LP got him known, and then after that, I would give him the Eminem Show. The Eminem Show was definitely pretty good. But even with that, man, I'm like, I can't listen to beginning to end. There's definitely some stuff I would have to skip. That's just me. Like, I have not been able to find a Eminem album. This is just me, where I can just say I'm gonna put it in, I can push play, and I'm not gonna skip through any of that. Like I said, with the Games album, I listened to from beginning to end. I didn't feel like I had to skip, and I've sat there and I tried to do the same thing with Eminem's albums. I gotta skip. I'm sorry.
Listen, Walt, what you think?
I think Eminem is a better rapper, but I think I will definitely listen to The Game before I listen to Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eminem is a better lyricist. I honestly think he's a better rapper, but I just don't. I'm gonna listen to The Game because I'm not. It's nothing against Eminem or anything like that. I really do feel like he's one of the best.
Yeah.
And I do feel like skills and all that, but there's just certain elements. I'm not saying that he's any less of a hip hop artist than The Game, but there's just certain elements when it comes to subject matter and how he and like what he raps about and stuff like that. It's just like, you know, it's cool. For the 30th time, it's cool, but it's like I'm ready for like a more palatable subject matter, and I'm just, I don't know. I just feel like there's certain stuff that I feel like is lacking sometimes with Eminem. When it comes to certain subject matter. I'm not saying his stuff ain't deep. I'm just saying it's like
that Vicodin and rin. So yeah. I don't know. That's what he said. So
I'm just saying, like, I would rather listen to The Game, but I'm not gonna sit here in front like I don't think Eminem is a better rapper. So that's where I think.
Gotcha. And I'm with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and everybody knows how I feel about Eminem. I think I just, well, yeah, you guys know how I feel about Eminem. I mean, lyrically he dope, but his catalog is not good. It's not good. So I'm just saying. I mean, so when Game says that he's better than Eminem, he has an argument.
There's a valid argument. I mean, Game definitely puts together better albums than Eminem.
Yeah, so I don't know. Shout out to Game. I mean, Game also had in more tea about the Game album. He had to take off what's his name? Young NBA young boy.
Oh wow! So
he had to take his verse off the album because he wanted a $200,000 fee for the verse.
What?
Yeah. So he had to take his. Game was like Game has never paid for a verse ever. He ain't starting to pay for a verse now. So he had to take his. So there it is. That's why on this track listing here, you see OPP.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on that song. If you go to look at OPP now, on that song, on the album, he's not on there. So if you're guessing why he's not on OPP, that's the reason. Game ain't paying for nobody features.
Pusha T, 2 Chainz. Cam,
And actually, outside is one of my joints too. I like outside. Outside was pretty dope. Like I said, he
Really dope.
he got some bangers, man. I'm not counting this man out.
That's a
He
great
got some
album. That's a great album, man. Yeah,
Is it better? Is it
put
better
some
than
respect
documentary?
on that. Put some respect on Game. Game.
Documentary though.
The thing about it is this, and the Game had to really fight. He has to really fight to get his props in this industry.
He does because he came through a lot of BS. To be honest with you, I'm like Dre. He came in where you're supposed to be really rocking with Dre. Dre didn't stick by him with like that, especially during the whole him and 50 beef. When him and 50 was beefing, I mean, like he got dropped, and I mean he came out with a solid, dope first offering of material with his first album, and then he had to, I mean, to be honest with you, he had to prove himself that, I'm here for a purpose. I wasn't here because I had the backing. I could still do this by myself. And he did.
And by the way, side note, Drake bit off with Game's album cover. I don't think anybody peeped that.
wait.
Game's Born to Rap album cover. And that album cover he got with the girls on the little cartoon baby, the pregnant woman on it. Am I lying?
Dang, you be coming at this dude.
Am I lying?
You be coming at this dude for real.
Hold on.
Oh, you saying the CLB is?
Hold up.
This dude be coming at him for real. You be coming at him for real.
If I'm lying, I'll take it back.
Clint, come on.
He be
Clint.
coming for real. He don't be playing.
I mean, every single woman in here look pregnant. And I'm like, I cannot listen.
Am I lying?
What?
Am I lying?
Hey,
Whoa, listen. If you say I'm lying, I'll take it back. I apologize. I apologize for saying that you copied or you did some type of copyright infringement on Games. Tell me, come on, dog. Let me know.
Yeah, man, there's a bunch of pregnant women on here. I cannot find. But come on, man. He emojis, man. There was no.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he used so Game used real people. Drake used emojis.
Dang.
Is it
They
the same
didn't come out
concept?
the following year though, because that came out. CLB came out last year.
Yep.
2 years apart. I mean,
It came out in 2019.
it was a little close, man. It was a little close. It was a little close.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, listen, y'all comments, y'all say, look, drop a comment. Let us know what you think about the Game album and whether or not you think Drake ripped off the Game album. You let me know, because I could be just imagining stuff. I could be imagining stuff.
Subscribe for the very latest.